asking Kevin Whitelaw, our congressional editor there in Washington. We heard President Trump say during his meeting right after his meeting with Putin, look, I pressed him on Russian involvement in the campaign. He denied it. Let's move on. Then you come back home and you're affronted by this piece of news. What do you think can be gained from this? What's the there here? Like what are we going to get out of this?
Well, Betty, nothing's going to be gained from this. This is just more evidence that the U.S.-Russia relationship is going to be characterized by managed confrontation. Despite what Trump may aspire to have in terms of a personal relationship with Putin, the differences on Syria, Ukraine, but the never-ending distraction of Russiagate in the United States is going to be a huge domestic political constraint on Trump's ability to improve the relationship. So at Eurasia Group, we think managed confrontation is the framework to use.
And how do you think China's looking at this?
Oh, well, I think China's looking at it as a great opportunity because the more tension there is in the China-Russia relationship, it creates greater space for China and Russia to work together. The fact that in their recent summit that both Putin and Xi Jinping called on or advocated the freeze-for-freeze proposal is just another example of Russia and China trying to work together to sort of press the U.S. On major international issues.
Evan, I'll tell you what, and I'm sure you know this very, very closely yourself. Lots of newspaper headlines over the last several months, right, talking about how China is going to emerge now as the new leader, right? Is China going to replace the U.S. as a global leader? Are they there at the forefront of climate change? Is the U.S. going to take the backseat to China? I mean, there's tons of headlines. You know this, right? Is that really true? I mean,
sure, absolutely.
Okay, why?
No, I mean, I don't think it's true. I think China is not going to emerge as a global leader of globalization, for example, because the Chinese continue to protect their service sector at home. So they can't operate their economy in a fairly restricted way at home, but claim to be the great vanguard for openness, trade, and globalization. The fact that there are huge sectors of the Chinese economy that are simply cut off to foreign investors and even cut off to some private Chinese capital. So I think China sort of becoming the vanguard of globalization is a real misnomer. Now, of course,